You just can't please Matt Al if you're a minute late. All right. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your latest Wrexham news, the WREXfast Club. As you can see on the thumbnail, it says knock, knock, because guess what? Looks like Jack Marriott is ready for action. We're going to get into it. It's the best news I've heard all day. We have been, we have been talking about Bickerstaff and all this other stuff, rumors and all this shit going on. But this is basically like a new signing coming back, because God damn it, we need it. God damn it, we need some Jack back. So, anyways, thanks for coming in and thanks for joining the Local Pundit. We are going to dive right into it. And Matt Al, I'm going to call you out, brother. I'm going to call you out. Can he wait a minute? Can he wait a minute? I guess not. Well, that's why he loves the Local Pundit. Anyways, thanks for coming in. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't subscribed yet, because we're on our way to 50,001. If you know, you know. And become a Local Pundit member. It helps out the community, this global community, the global channel, so we can improve it and get to where we want to be. But the big news of the day is just happened about 50 minutes ago. Phil Parkinson has had his say on Jack Marriott, and we're going to talk about it. And I'm excited about it because it is basically like a new signing. We had Matt and I were going back and forth in there too. And this is why I feel, and I'm going to say this, and I don't mean it in negativity. And I know that I know Kelly David's going to get on my shit right away about this, about not bringing somebody in. I think that Parkinson feels like he's going to stay pat. Maybe we bring in a 33-year-old Smith, somebody like that. But I feel that Parkinson's like, all right, up front, I got enough, especially with Jack back. Yes, he got to get him back into fitness. I get that. But having him back is basically like going out and buying a striker. I'm excited about that. Everyone get into the chat. Have your say. If I have to open it up the lines today, I'm going to open up the lines, and we'll have a quick discussion of that. But I'm excited, as you can tell. But I'll give justice where justice deserves. Aaron is first here, and Nikki is not first. He is not first. Scoopy Splat is here. Kelly's here. Matt Al, I'm mad at you. I'm not even going to put yours up. You're going down. And do have a poll up there. Do have a poll going? Because knocking on Heaven's Door, great song, but who has the best cover of it? Song Guns N' Roses, Eric Clapton, or Bob Dylan? Right now, Guns N' Roses is running away with it. All you '80s lovers out there, let's do it. But okay, let's dive into this. Nikki D says, Bob Dylan was the original, the best. Guns N' Roses is pretty good as well. Just pretty good as well. Steve Barton, thank you for the super chat. Just got off the Zoom with Ronnie, pretty much a guarantee. Did you see how much Ronaldo's making, by the way? $350 a minute. Thank you for that super chat, Steve Barton. But and I always appreciate all the support there too. Let's dive into this article here from the BBC Wales, because I am pumped up. Wrexham manager Phil Parkinson says striker Jack Marriott has declared himself ready to return for action after the injury. What's up, Sonar Combat Vet? And what's up, Wayne Evans? So Marriott suffered a broken leg in training in October, as we know. Marriott, who has scored 5 goals in League One for his, is hoping to return earlier than expected. I said he's going to be on the bench for Birmingham City, and I'm going to hold to that. I think he'll be on the bench for Birmingham City. That's my take. Okay, whether or not he can run a full 90, probably can't do that. He's probably fitness isn't there. But here's the quotes coming in from Phil Parkinson, and I am pumped about this. It's a huge bonus of Jack getting Jack Marriott back on the pitch this week. He's looking really sharp. Yes, said Parkinson. When I say on the training pitch, that's full training for at least 2 weeks. He's been working hard. 2 weeks now. 2 weeks he's been working hard. I love it. And that's what I want to see. He's had a mini preseason, and he's looking fit, says Parkinson. He's been knocking on the door saying, come on, I'm ready. That's great for us because he's been terrific this season, and he has been terrific. We're missing that spark, and this is going to be that spark. I am so pumped about it. I don't give a shit what else we do in the transfer market. Even if we don't do anything in the transfer market, I'm so happy this gentleman is back, and I want him to come back firing. Also, too, saying he has a mini preseason, which means 2 weeks now, getting his fitness up. He's not going to be match fit. He's not going to be match fit. So, he's got to work himself back in. And I know how Parkinson likes to work himself back in. I'm hoping that the plan is going to work, and he comes back and he fires goals for us, and we go on and we blow out Birmingham City next Thursday and go on win the league, because it is a 6-pointer next week. So, but all in all, the good news of the day is that Jack Marriott has been back. I think so. Matt, I'll call you out on this too. So they've been holding down a little bit. You can't get in to see what's going on for them. I'm going to bring this down in a second here because that's annoying. You can't get in to see what's going on in training. They think there might be guys training with them, possibly. I don't care at this point, but maybe it's because this guy was training. They didn't want everyone to know what was going on, how fit he actually was, how further along he is, things like that. And I'm fine with that. Steve Barton's getting the mental chubs. I love it, and I think we all should be. And you can see I'm excited about it, and I want to get your thoughts into which I'm going. Like I said, I told you I'll invite people to come in and have their say today about this one, because I think it's big news. I think it's big news. I really do. It's big news because, I said last night, I think we have enough up front, and I think this kind of confirms it, that he was kind of planning on this. Whether or not he goes out and gets another striker, I don't know. Does he get rid of Dad Bod? Maybe. I'm not sure. He obviously doesn't fancy him, but Parkinson only plays about 15 players maximum that are going to contribute. Maybe he goes against a midfielder. I don't know, but I think we can possibly get that second, and I'm going to, say that continually. And if we go into the playoffs, yes, it's a crapshoot, but I think we can go off with the mentality of the team, because there's another article here talking about the mentality of the team and the basis of the players there too. Okay, so Tess goes, that's the other thing. Palmer this doesn't fill the Palmer spot. Tess, I think he's going to ride that Zorro all the way to the end of days. My opinion there too. John Merrill's in the house. Behind Bars is also here. Hi, everyone. I think we have to sign a new striker or else playoffs or worse. That's the thought right there behind that too. And Michael Hillier says the poll depends on what mood and what you're doing, drinking alone with friends. Michael Hillier's going into the knocking at heaven's door, and I kind of agree with that. Kelly David says, I love that Jack Marriott is coming back early, but I agree with you, Josh. We said earlier, it's a fair to pin. It isn't fair to pin all our hopes on him. I think that was Aaron's quote. So we got to give Aaron credit for that. But I think that if he comes back, scores a couple goals, opens things up. Maybe he opens things up for Mullen. I don't know. Maybe Mullen's not playing that first 60. Maybe in a month from now. I don't know. Maybe the combination. Maybe Parkinson has an absolute brain fart and says, you know what? I see in the background, I just say, I'm gonna throw shit out. I'm gonna throw shit out, and I'm gonna start up Mullen and JM at the same time. But Patty, when you're in, come on in and have your say. Yeah, I said it. He's in the background. I said it. He is there, and he is ready to come in and hang out with us. There he is, the man, the myth, the ledge. How are you, my friend? Hold on, let me fix this. There we go.
Hello. Well, I'm still alive, my friend. So that's a good start.
That is a good start. What's going on? Who's that, everybody? Who is that? He's out of there. Good to see you, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, been better.
Okay, yeah. Been better. I get it. Do you want to? Where do you want to start? You want to start with you, or do you want to start with the JM news, or what do you think?
No, ignore me. My little trivials are not important for the wide world to see. If anyone wants to go into detail, wants details, they can have it in the Discord.
Okay, fair enough. Welcome back, brother. I hope you're well. We missed you.
So
go ahead.
Who are we talking about?
Sky Jack Marriott apparently is ready to come back
and
play. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, maybe we need to test him and see how he looks.
Yeah, I think so. This makes me excited. It gives me hope that we can start putting some goals in the net. And we can start not these when we're having Wrexham time and after the games where you're like, well, it was a 90-minute winner, but it was 90 minutes of hell to get to that winner.
The problem is it's going to put massive pressure on him before the window closes.
You think?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now look, he's just doing his thing, but for the club and for everybody else, if he comes on and even if it's only 30 minutes, even if he gets his 70-minute run out or whatever, people will be dissecting those minutes to see if he looks good enough for the rest of the season. And every touch of the ball, every little miss kick, every little niggle will just remind us of Mullen.
Then we're saying like reverting back to last year, JM, which I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah. Right.
Oh, there's not necessarily any of that's true.
Mm-hmm.
We can't tell a lot from a couple of games and a couple of minutes.
Yep.
And it's not fair to judge so much so quickly.
Yep.
But because of the window, if as you're thinking, we're not going to do too much in the window, that's going to be a big deal. If that is not all positive, then people are going to be upset. It's going to be negative from a lot of the fans.
Do you think I'm crazy about my window thought? I mean,
no.
No.
No,
okay.
No. I don't think you're crazy.
Okay.
I think the club would be crazy to do that on purpose.
Yeah.
I could see them missing out on their targets, and that's what we end up doing.
Right.
I could see it being, well, if we don't get what we want, we're going with what we have. I can understand that logic.
Yeah, we'll go with this. We have enough.
But I do not in any way, shape, or form understand the logic of we're good enough to get autos. Now, I only say autos because I'm assuming the club want that.
Yeah,
and that's their mentality and what they've kind of, the way they talk all the time. Once they're close enough, that has to be their new goal, is automatics. And if kind of playoffs was good enough, let's say, and now they have automatics, they need to be upgrading.
Yeah,
if that's their new target.
Well, I think this is the upgrade for, I'm going to say it, if for Mullen. I mean, I've been granted he's not full fitness, but maybe he feels like he's going to go this route. But also it's the Palmer issue, and people were in the chat about Palmer. But Aaron's agreeing with you, by the way. The Palmer thing, I that's the immovable object. I've accepted it, and I'm moving forward. I'm getting into the bathwater, and I'm.
No, you're not.
I know.
You're pretending you are. Give you 5 minutes in the match, and that's going to go out the window.
I tried 15. I couldn't even do 15.
Couldn't even do 15 yet last time.
Yeah. So maybe we'll down it to 10. Down to 10 to 5. We can go backwards. Yeah. But when is Marriott available? He actually didn't say that. I was going to talk about the Dolby stuff too next a little bit too. But we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll stick with the Palmer stuff and in the market. I would love for them to go into the market, but if we're talking about that, it's going to be a 33-year-old guy who's without a club. Not interested in that. We have the money to go and do it. I just don't know if we're going to do it.
I disagree with that.
Really? What do you got?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see? He's been in the hospital. He's got all this stuff.
Yeah, I'll take any large lump of a 33-year-old player who can take Palmer's role and do it well as he does and bring something extra. Absolutely.
Ooh,
yeah.
And do you think it'll be the Michael Smith guy?
It could be. Well, maybe we get him, maybe we won't. But I think it's the hardest position to replace.
Yeah.
It really does. At this point, we should have had a replacement. And I would say we probably missed out on one this summer. So maybe they didn't choice, and then they brought in Fowl as an understudy, potentially.
Yeah.
But that doesn't seem to have worked out quick enough for him to take over that role. Who knows? Was he good enough or whatever? I don't put nearly as much expectation on Fowl as other people do.
No, not for. I mean, I like seeing his development. That's totally fine. I don't expect him. I don't expect him to come in and starting games this year at any point. I think to contribute, and then next year we can do that. I think he's going to go with. I think he's got his plan with Palmer for those 65 minutes, and then do the Fletcher business from. If he stretch it to 70, he'll do that. John Merrill says Michael Smith would be a massive upgrade at any forward you have currently. Well. What about JM? Do you put that in there? I mean, and also, how long do we think before JM is actually? Because now he's saying 2 weeks. He's already been running around for 2 weeks. Mini fitness. I mean, what say you?
It depends on the training pitch. It really does. If he's looking good on the training pitch, then give him a shot quickly. And the obvious thing is to give him the 60 minutes.
Yeah,
put him in it to 60 minutes ahead of what we have been doing.
Maybe it'll help Mullen out. I don't know. I mean, because obviously, I think Mullen looks sharp in other ways, just not scoring goals. Maybe it'll help Mullen out. It'll kick him up the ass a little bit too. Maybe they can split it a little bit better in that. Because who's coming on right now for Mullen at this point? Is it been Elliot Lee? They've been swapping. Is that correct?
No, we've had Fletcher come on. Fletcher doing kind of the Palmer role, I guess, as well. But then it's been Fowl has got a shot occasionally. And who else is coming on? It wasn't Lee.
Yeah, but for the Mullen role, it's been
Marriott and Fall have come on together. No, sorry, Jesus, Fletcher and Fall have come on.
Fletcher and Fall, right? Fletcher and Fall, yeah, Fletcher and Fall. And Wayne has a thought here too. I totally disagree with the whole Mullen isn't fit line. I've seen heaps of examples showing he has his and he looks fit. He runs like crazy off the ball too. He just lost his final touches. Yeah. So we're assuming he's fit. He's just not firing. He's not firing there. Matt, if Fall comes and scores, it scores just one goal, Palmer will lose his spot. He just doesn't get the minutes. Yeah, but like
I disagree with that too.
Really? But you were just saying he's scrutinized on everything because there's only a short sample size on that too. And if I would love to see if he's going to have Marriott play a certain amount of time before the window closes, so we can get a look at him. See how he's looking.
I disagree with that comment for Fall. I think it's much more applicable to Marriott. If Marriott comes on and gets one early, I think he starts increasing his minutes and minutes and minutes. And if he keeps playing well, he will be rotated in very fast.
I was looking at this goal scoring, what we did when he was playing, was a little bit different. We were scoring in the first half. I mean, when's the last time we scored in the first half? I can't even remember, instead of chasing the game. But that's also too, we've been chasing games left and right.
Now, in saying that, let me be clear in case anyone doesn't know, I like Fall. I like that, but he needs time. He needs minutes without stress. He needs like 60-minute games regularly to get his eye in, to practice with the team. But the problem is we are so high up the table, we can't afford to give it to him.
Yeah, he's not taking that risk, which Parkinson is risk averse, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. If that's what we're going to do, it fine. That's why I'm kind of comfortable with. I think that he feels like we have enough, and I think this is basically a new signing coming back for him, and it basically is. I mean, how he lasted till October 5th, I think it was 6th or something like that. So, November, December, January, 3 months, 3 hard months, and we're sitting third. He's gonna be like, shit, man. My basic top goal scoring striker is back. Top scoring. Did I say that right? Top goal scoring striker is back. Yeah, I said that right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of these things. Like we criticize so much, and we drop it on Parky and the managers that it's their responsibility. So when we're drawing games and when we're losing points and when you're sliding, it's all pretty much on the manager.
Yeah.
Now, the opposite has to also be true, and it may very well be from the owners and from the head of Wrexham, that as long as you're getting the points, we really don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, just get the points.
And to a certain extent, that's a very fair thing, that he should be allowed that. If the players keep saving his ass when it looks horrible, so be it. Then you turn around and you give him props for having such a strong team that will not die, that will not give up for him, including in the last minutes. And the other side of that as well then is what people often do bring up is we get very strong in those last 15, 20 minutes because other teams don't have the strength in the bench. So when they get tired, as every team does, if you're pushing them hard enough, they have to rotate out players. It normally makes them weaker in some respect. That it's weaker players coming on, but they might have fresher legs. So yes, they can move around more. But if you can play around them, even though they're quick, they're weaker as a unit, as a team, as players.
There was one article I want to bring up too later on. I was going to talk about it. You talk about the players knowing how to win. This was the article in the Leader I was looking at too, in contention for that in the row. We have that winning mentality. We built those calluses up. And we talk about, we kick every goddamn ball. We scrutinize every single thing. Doesn't mean we don't support, but obviously it's like we scrutinize every single thing. Stoner Combat Vet says a win is a win no matter how you get it. And I think that's it. They want the wins. They want the 3 points and go in. Whereas Birmingham City want to look sexy and don't care, and they want to go back up because they're desperate. Smith is more of a Palmer type, but Smith has outperformed JM at this level at the championship level in recent seasons comfortably. I don't know anything about Smith, so I can't say that. But we need, for us, our purposes, it's JM. It's JM for us. That's what we need. More Mo Fall stuff. I could see them bringing on a youngster on loan and Mullen and Marriott roll just in case.
Yeah. That's a really interesting one again, and I think it reverts back to the idea about foul. I would love to bring in a youngster, 20, 21, from one of the better clubs who is on the door, is ready to become that star and break out and have a 15 goal, a year, 20 goal a year season in the last half for our team. But it's the same thing. We don't have the ability right now to risk it. Now, it may absolutely work, and we might get an amazing player. But if it doesn't work, we don't give him the minutes. He sits on the bench, and we never get a good load again. And this is part of the problem with the loan system, is you are working on behalf of other clubs and you are training players for them, and they do expect you to offer the minutes. So if you're,
on the bench,
or even if you keep them for the rest of the season and they get no minutes, then no club is going to easily hand you someone again and say, "I'm not giving you him to sit on the bench." What good is that?
I sent him to get minutes.
We're giving you a good player for cheap because we're covering part of the wages. You train him, you give him the minutes. That's the standard deal with loan players. At least when you first get them, you're expected to give them, 6 matches or whatever to show what they've got before you start benching them because they're not good enough.
You always see a lot of players that go down to like a lower league team from the Prem or wherever, and they're like, they just sit on the bench. What's the point? Like, what's such a waste? And they always get called back. Will Marriott play anytime before the window closes? What do you think?
Yes. If they're releasing this information now, it'll be soon.
Yeah, I think this is a good trickle out too. And we will talk about Dalby in a minute here too. We're just going to get through this. Esteban says, Patty, he is back. And Testis Parky needs more props for his last minute goals. They act like Parky has nothing to do with him. He's not on the pitch. You talk about his strategy to put people on. I mean, I think I will. It's been amazing. I think we have been a little bit lucky, but he's got to still put him on there to play. But I'm happy. I'm fine. I'm always say I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes. So I'll take the luck.
Okay, but I'm playing devil's advocate here. But is a goal scored 2 minutes before the end of the game any luckier than any other goal scored at any other time? The player kicked the ball, the other player got a head on it and scored the goal. Like sometimes when we act like we got lucky, okay, it came late in the match. But was the goal itself lucky? Like, what was lucky about it?
Yeah, did it come off someone's backside or whatever? Or,
I'm doing my best, Joe Pesci here.
Yeah.
What's lucky about it? What's lucky? Huh? Tell me, what's lucky? Am I lucky? Do I look lucky? Did that kick look lucky?
Yeah, you tell that to Fletcher when he's like, "Oh, I got up for that one." Hell no, he'll the cross by Ollie. You're damn right. But all right, so we'll give Parkinson credit. How's that? And Webby says that his team is sexy. Yes, you are the sexiest team out there. Glad to see you, Josh. How are you? And we are okay. Wind warnings are going to go up to 75 miles per hour this morning, so we got to watch that. And Michael Wolf says, "Welcome back, Patty." Yeah, Patty is back. By the way, did I see that you had Win medical equipment? Is that what? Did I see
That's
that?
what I posted. Yes.
Okay.
Alan Win.
Alan
Win
Win.
Allen. Yeah, something like that.
You are so much more connected to the club now. I love it. John Merrill says, "Fall seems unlucky. Seems an unlucky signing. You have progressed ahead, and you get the impression that a loan next season would be more likely, or we play him next year. I'm talking about next year. I don't think he's unlucky.
No, that's not my opinion on this one, and this is the problem with pushing ahead so fast. Yes. And this is the danger now with loans and stuff like this. If we end up in the playoffs and don't go up, I can absolutely see Fall being given the opportunity to be one of our main strikers next season.
Yeah, clear out.
And he could very well prove himself by the end of that year, and let's say go up into the championship with us from there. The problem is if he doesn't get the minutes to prove himself this season, next year we move up to the championship and it's a new level again. The most likely thing to happen is to send him out on loan, but you're sending him out on loan to a lower division. At that stage, maybe we'll get someone in League One that might take a shot. Probably someone lower down in League One, maybe.
Depends. I think depends on how much turnover. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but no matter what team you go to, there are opportunities. So if you go, even if we send him to a team that's expecting relegation, if he looks good with the team on the opportunities he gets, and if he scores 7 or 8 goals in the season, that could be enough for the team he has, and especially if he grinds it in the last part of the season and pulls them over the line that they don't get relegated. Then that's that story. The pressure of relegation, he stood up to it, scored goals, saved them when it happened. That could be an amazing story.
Yep.
If it's a mid table, get them to playoffs. Playoffs, get them to autos, whatever.
That's the beauty of
try and do.
That's the beauty of these leagues. It's like, if you can go and do something from at the bottom of the table and you save them from relegation or whatever it is, you're in a promotion fight, all those things. Like you can, not in the United States where you're in the, you can be the worst team in the league and no one gives a shit. People are contributing because there's something to play for, and maybe he gets that opportunity. Sorry. Michael Will says, welcome back, Patty. And hi, also great to see Patty back on my screen. Yeah. Happy birthday to you as well. Bruce is also here. Nobody deliberately lets out the player and says he's ready to play, and then waits 3 weeks for him to be on the team sheet. Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That I think that's a workaround. Parky doesn't want to absolutely say whether he's playing him or not. He might already know. Marriott might already have been told. This might just be simple gamesmanship. That, well, look, I'm not going to play you this weekend. You're not ready just yet, but you will be soon. You'll be on the bench for Birmingham. Let's just put it out there, and Shrewsbury have to think about it. That maybe there's a different type of striker that's going to be against them. Yeah.
He honestly, I said Birmingham. Maybe he's on the bench on Thursday, 2 days from now. We shall see.
I think so. I think with that coming out, absolutely. I think, yeah.
Right. And it's an injection, you want to get the fan base up a little bit. I know the Bickerstaff stuff and the other stuff, all like the moving of the spoons around this morning of the players that, like, for lack of a better word, nothing personally gets him. I don't really care. Yeah. I'm happy for them to go out and play, but I care about, the core of the group of the team for us to go up and what's going to support us. So like I said, nothing against him personally, but it's like, that's just us shuffling around spoons at this point.
Aaron.
Wait, which one do you want? Did I miss it?
Comment. This is, I think, as well. I think he will be on the bench Thursday. Yeah, and I think that this is partly being released to help with the idea that, look, we're all expecting new transfers coming in.
Yep.
This is a new transfer, kind of. Yep. It takes that heat down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Marriott's coming back. Let's see how good he might be.
It lowers that expectation of what we have to do.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It encourages us to be like, oh man, he is coming back. This is great. And also, I think here's what else I think, because in this article here, and I won't bring it up because I don't want to cut our faces out, talking about Dalby now, because this has been on everyone's, and I don't we don't have to move on it right now. But he did say, Parkinson, I had a good chat with Sam and his agent last week. I've also spoken with with Dundee United, said Parkinson, who did not elaborate further on the 24-year-old's future. So that's all he said on Dalby. And he said he didn't go any further on that. But I think this is like a 2-3 step process of what you're saying. It's like, don't expect Dalby to come back. We got JM. He's back. It's like a new signing, Yeah, so that's, I don't know. Do you agree with that?
And Tess has another point there. Parky telling us about JM is a great negotiation tactic so that other teams don't think we're so desperate. That's also potentially part of it. Yeah.
He's playing chess.
He's playing everybody.
He's playing everybody. Yeah. Never show your hand, which is great. Mental gymnastics there. Michael Hillier said, Marriott contract, I've not heard anything. Okay. I don't
Has it been an extension? No. Nobody's heard anything about an extension for Marriott.
Yeah.
With the number of strikers we have, for the club, they would be smart not to give him an extension, and risk him going elsewhere if he wants to at the end of the season. But we've too many on the books, and if he comes back and doesn't score, if he ends up another version of Mullen, like that, he just can't get his form back, because we saw what he looked like last season.
Yes.
If he goes back to the form of last season and it lasts for the remainder of the year, and we're mixing and matching our strikers and whatever, then it might be tough to let him go. But then again, like, there's always the option. If we end up in League One again next season, maybe that's when you can offer him the
contract to stay.
The contract, yeah.
Well, I think to your point about, by the way, Como just scored. Yes. We have too many on the books that can't contribute what we need to contribute. Palmer can't contribute a full 90. You know what I mean? He only does certain things. Fletcher, and by the way, there was a comment up there about Fletcher. We half the fan base didn't like it. We'll talk about that in a second. Fletcher can't do more than 25 minutes. Fall isn't quite ready yet. Bodvarsson, he doesn't rate. So you're like, we have all this depth, but nothing is like, these are two starters and they're crushing it. So that's a great point there too. And I want to give credit to where it is. Did you see it about Parkinson? There you go. No, that's not the one. Anyways, essentially it was like half the fan base didn't want us to sign Fletcher. And I think you and I went back and forth on that a little bit, but I don't know. Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong. Oh
well, I can discuss this comment a lot if you want, but this is going to slowly. Yeah. Well, this is going to start deep diving again if you want to get back into.
Well, when I finish up on JM, and we can do that. Finish up on
JM. Let's maybe hit it at the end if you want, but we've done it a lot, so.
So we're saying he could be on the bench this Thursday. That's
I think the hope.
So. And what do you think about the Dalby stuff? If we're hitting those two?
Oh, Dalby. Okay, yeah. I think that decision, to be fair, needs to be done now. It may already be done. At worst, I hope that they have turned around and told them that we don't plan on bringing him back unless we miss out on every target we're going for.
Right, because we have to the end of the window. We
have but it is kind of unfair to call him back and then make him wait or whatever, because teams need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think it would be horrible to kind of wait too much longer. It's already halfway through the window.
Yeah. This is what Barkey deserves credit for re-signing Fletcher. I'd say at least 50% of the fan base was there with that move. Yeah, that's what I want to get
to. I hated that move at the time.
I remember that. I
hated it.
Yeah. Bernie Cheese says, what's going on at Wrexham today? Well, looks like JM is on his way back. We don't know when, but he looks like he's ready to. He's knocking on the door and he wants to play. That's what's going on. How you doing? And I thought with Marriott, him being at the end of the season, in the last 6 months, he could talk to other teams. He could talk to other teams. Yes, that's the risk we're taking.
Oh, he can still. Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he can talk to other teams. And Kelly says, I agree with what Patty said about extending James' contract, but it kills me because why extend Palmer? Why? I don't know. I don't know.
Again, it's one of those.
Settle him down, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but I still disagree with it. I don't think, even if the club has the money, I don't think you should be throwing contracts for fun just to make people extra happy.
Yeah.
Because he's extended now, so it is what it is.
Yeah, can't do it.
From what we're already saying, we wouldn't want him next summer, or the fans and everybody talking, wouldn't want him next summer if we remained in League One, and we certainly don't want him if we're up in the Championship.
Well, he could be extended so we don't lose out on free.
Look, as an extra,
right?
Then okay. Sorry.
Sorry. We got Aaron's internet here. I said he could be extended so we don't lose him for free. That might be the conversation there. You know what I mean?
I doubt it with our financials. What I think is more likely is we just don't have a backup for that spot that is really good. So having him on the bench is probably better than like anything we have now as a backup for that role. So if we get a better version of him, he could just ride the bench relatively cheaply. So
if we have a big and a small, says Bruce McFarlane, and Aaron agrees.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I just don't see Parky going away from it. And if you consider next season, let's just assume we go up to the Championship, we're going to be on the lower end of the Championship with big dogs hammering us.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to have to be defensive, and we're going to have to counter. Is that not very much the style we already play?
We do.
We're just going to have to do it more carefully and more cautiously. We're going to have to be strong in defense and wait for the few moments we're going to get in the match against some of the best championship teams, and we're going to have to take them.
I feel like we'll have a huge, if we go up, or excuse me, when we go up, I don't care, clip it. I think there'll be a huge turnover. Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a big turnover.
But I don't see him abandoning the same tactics.
No, which everyone, we'll see what he does. Maybe we'll pay our way out of it. Michael Hillier says, also, Marriott moved closer to the club that helped him perform better and gelled more with his teammates. And is it profitable to sell Dalby, A2Z says, to Dundee and use the money for a better strike? Yeah, I don't think he's getting
it's worth something, but in the grand scheme of things, not enough.
Yeah, 5, 300, 200 grand, whatever it is, if we have the distinct big and small strikers, we are deeper in small strikers than big ones until Mo is physically not to play a big striker. True. Very true. Mm-hmm. Hasn't he been coming on for the small role though? He's been coming on for the Mullen role.
Yeah, he has been coming on for the Mullen role because I don't think he's good enough at the other one.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I just want to pause real quick. Bernie G, by the way, on his update on his dad, my dad is improving. He could be out of the rehab on the 16th. Congrats, man. He'll get more hope when he gets home. A rough month, but hopefully things will improve for the rest of the year. Bernie G, happy to hear that news, positive news. And if you need anything, we're here to chat. And thank you for the update, man. Hope best go out to your father and you, for the whole community. Aaron says, we extended Palmer because he was playing well at the time, and it's hard to find a player in that role. Yeah. You agree with that?
Basically, yes. I don't think he was playing long enough in an extended period of time to show that it deserves such long reward in this scenario. But I do agree with it's a hard role to find someone in. And he was probably reasonably cheap to do so. Yeah. Considering the idea that if we end up in championship, finding someone else as well, we're going to need to spend in a lot of areas. And if that's a very, very important area, you want someone on the bench who knows it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And someone that knows Parkinson and what he likes to do. I mean,
yes, exactly what he likes to do. Yeah.
I mean, Ravon will probably play the minutes that Mac is playing. Then Mac will be the backup there, but I don't think that's honestly 36 years. I don't think that's enough. Certain things like that. But those are adjustments we'll make. And on that note, talking about next year, we could play Everton next season in the championship. Yes, and it's crazy to think about it. Yeah, that's true. It's crazy to think if we could. We really could. Have you seen the club announcements regarding submission of redesign of the cop due to submitted? Yes, I did see that. And I did have that up, but we had the JM news, but we've been hitting this up. But I did have this one up here about to get a bigger proposal. So there is something on that. We could talk about at some point too. Oh shit, what did I do here? We could talk about it at some point too. But we're hitting on the JM and the striker stuff here. 7,000 it says we can get there. 7,000 for the stadium plans. Did you see that?
I didn't read it just yet. I saw it in the Discord. I was about to read it.
Yeah. So it looks like 7,000. 7,000. They're trying to
get
for that. Great. And it's got to be done by next summer. Is that correct? Because of the UEFA? Just
for a single stand, if it's not overly complicated, one year, one season, I could see it being doable.
Yeah, they say, however, 7,000 tickets in North Wales, and it says it could stand out in the skyline, and it's been, so they could do it. They could do it to about 7,000. They're saying, sorry about that, and it has to be done by 20.
Yeah, I haven't read the new information, but people have been saying as well that depends on how they map it out. That may be partially to do with adding in the sides. And that side may not be added for next summer. So they may only be doing the core of the cop and then add in the side section a bit later, which might add on like an extra 1,000 or whatever. So it might be a little bit less initially.
Yeah, The project has faced numerous delays, but the club's chief executive, Michael Williams, said it's hoped the new stand will be ready by the summer of 2026. Tight deadline has been set as Wrexham is set to host part of next year's UEFA European Under-19 Championship. So that's the news right there. It's a good article there on the Wales Online. And in fact, I was going to have Liam Randall on today to talk about it, but he had a conflict. So, but go check that out too. But quickly, the problem with getting cash for Dalby is because Dalby has played for Wrexham this season. There's no way to set up a bidding war. Yeah. Well, what if just getting him off the books and letting him go do his thing, Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's money off the books. End of story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's okay. Michael Hilly says next summer because of the 20 under 21 Wales team playing next round. Get to. We don't know about when the contract started, but yeah, 7,000 for the cop, I think. Wake up, humans! You're endangered. I don't know what that means. When's the new stand going up? Not a big thing in art. We have to do a deeper dive on that, so we'll park that for a second. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about. What do we miss on? You've been gone for a couple of days. Anything else you want to hit on other than this stuff?
No, it's been reasonably quiet this week. Yeah, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been, except for this. Yeah.
So
just a little bit of shifting around. They've been talking about, players going out, continuing extended. Jake Bickerstaff will remain at Altrincham at the end of the season. That's fine. The Oldham news for Billy Waters came true. Looks like he's going to Oldham. But yeah, that's it. And this JM news is, like I said, basically a new signing for us.
Well, either way, like they're all out of contract in the summer, or Billy Waters wasn't maybe, but he's gone now. So that's what 3 players there.
Yeah,
and Dalby then as well. Dalby will be going in the summer, unless we particularly do give him a good deal and ask him to come back in the summer. So that would be 4 off the books for next year.
Right, and I probably a couple guys also too.
Aaron has what topic? Shrewsbury sold their best player. Talk about that.
They did. Shrewsbury sold their best player. I did see that. Also, this Nathan Lowe kid I'm looking up right now too.
So basically, I've just increased my my prediction for a 5-0 win to a 7-0 win.
Who's got the hat tricks? Who's got the hat tricks? Who's the Shrewsbury guy? I saw it this morning in the Discord. I've been doing 2 other things at once. But we can't sleep on it. We can't be like, oh, sure, no problem.
No, I know. Yeah,
we got to go and kick. We got to, we had time off, get players back. Let's go and do the business. Let's go and win a game and not fucking stress out. And
it's about time we go out and absolutely kick someone into the dirt.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
it'd be like let the wheels go off and go and score 3 goals. You know what I mean?
And right before the Birmingham match is probably a good time to do it.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at the matches and the results to that point, right, for the year we've had so far. And I was looking at how many goals we did not score in the first half. Like it was how many. So like the half. I was looking at the halftime stats. Halftime, we were up 2-0 at Wickham at the start of the season. Bolton 0-0. Let me see here. Where's another one here? Lake Norwich 0-0 halftime. All these halftimes of 0-0s. Wrexham Huddersfield 0-0. 0-0 halftime against Port Vale. All these things, like Jesus, we don't score 4-7. Maybe, like you're saying, we can go out and just score goals right away and kind of just set back. I think maybe this is the kick up the ass and we could do it. This is the game,
Yeah.
To be fair, Shrewsbury has been better. And Travis Herb says, I'm thinking the pitch shifts toward the cop 20 to 30 feet, allow stands on the opposite side of it to be larger. Yep. Let's hope so. That's another.
Yeah, we should see that immediately this summer if it's not made abundantly clear in the plans. Because I think I did see somewhere that the pitch is being relayed again immediately this summer, because we delayed it last year for the underfloor heating. Because they said on their pitch heating, whatever. So they said they were going to wait until they were doing work on the stand. So that's happening immediately, apparently, as soon as the season finishes. Now, if they do move it further down towards the cop, because obviously the temp stand will be coming down, that will massively show that they're getting organized for the other end, the other stand. and are willing to do so early because they may end up not needing that for years.
Mm-hmm. Well, you saw
space.
that spaces there on that between the cop and so they can move that 20, 30 yards, right? I would say
potentially, yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, 20, maybe 20, 30 feet. My bad.
Well, whatever, but yeah, whatever you can push down that way adds to the other end, and the other end is jammed solid.
Yeah,
it is what it is. So add a little bit there, and you'll get higher. You'll be able to go a bit higher with the seating. You'll go steeper, and you'll get more seats in there.
They're already starting for the new dugouts. Are they going to move the
dugouts are moving?
Yeah. So they'll have to move those. You move those how far? Maybe if it's 20, 30 feet, maybe it's 10. I mean, that'd be great.
The talk is they're moving it to the other side,
to the north side, south side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Supposedly. At least that was the rumor at the time. So now they may just be, if they move the pitch, obviously they may only be moving them down,
right?
And
so
renovating them and giving better dugouts or whatever if they're going to redo them. So no one really knows on that just yet.
Hillier says there's talk about the dugouts being moved
done in the summer, which only makes sense if they're redoing the pitch and getting organized for COP and everything else.
Right, all to do with the money filling people's pockets. Yeah, something's going on with the red tape there. Afternoon, all. Dan Moore, how you doing? Sorry you're late. Don't worry about it. And good to see you, Dan Moore. And Scott says across the pitch to the Macron stand. So there you go. That answer.
Yeah, because the talk was always that the plan was to move the dressing rooms under the COP as well.
Oh, really?
And free up office space and other space in the other side where if you've watched the videos before the matches, you see where all the players come in. They come in by the old shop.
Yeah.
On that side. So the idea is to move them in under the COP there, fill up that space with proper lockers, with proper rooms. For if you're going to do it at this point, you're doing it for Premier League level. You know what I mean? Just upgrade everything to whatever you need and want up to Premier League level. Get a better standard, move some offices in there, whatever other space you have, free it up elsewhere, and then that'll be dumped later.
Yeah, well, that's look at what happened with Luton. They couldn't play home games because they weren't up to practices of what had for last year. That's a beautiful. I love that old stadium, by the way. Kenilworth. Yeah, Kenilworth. I mean, so yeah. That'd be cool. Dugouts on the other side of the pitch to go with the turf pub. Awesome. That's cool. And Hip Karma is awake. Hi, Hip Karma. How are you? Paddy, are you from Wrexham? No, he's from Ireland. Yeah. He's from Ireland. I don't know what part of Ireland. I've been Donegal. By the Donegal. Have you been down there?
West around.
Right? Yeah. I've been down there. Beautiful area.
Donegal.
Donegal. Yeah, I loved it.
In Irish.
Yeah.
Donegal. They like speaking Irish that way.
I could probably get out. I could probably only get a little bit. My favorite thing that I learned when I was there for a wedding was a glue pot, a lock-in. You know what a glue pot is? Yeah. A lock-in. They called it a glue pot. I was like, oh yeah, let's go. They shut the door.
They are extremely easy to do in local villages in Ireland. All you need to do is whisper to the local cop. He knows all about them, and he's in them half the time. So, yeah, that's how it used to be, but things have changed, I guess. So,
they call it a glue pot because you can't get out. I'm like, all right, that's awesome.
But that's basically it. Like, lights are off from the outside, doors are shut, and it's we're here for numerous hours. Nobody's going in and out, in and out, in and out. No cars leaving, any of this sort of stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lock-in is a lock-in.
A lock-in is a lock-in. You're not going anywhere. Donegal, a great Irish.
Everybody goes home at 3:00.
Yeah.
Or 4, or whatever time you decide.
Whenever you stumble out of there. Do they have they must have a team down there, Donegal. I'm sure they do. They do. Yeah. And going back to the cop stuff, once the dressing rooms are in the new stand, the old dressing rooms are no longer dictate which side of the stand can be worked on first. Can no longer dictate which side of the stand will work. I think that's right. And
because the point is, you need dressing rooms. You must have some. So if you build new ones now, it takes that away from being a requirement later. So
right, start ticking things off. Start ticking things off.
We absolutely need a new one. let's get that done. And then it also stops restrictions on the other stands.
Mm-hmm. And gets through what the other guy was saying about red tape there too. Wayne says, got to start breaking their spirit early. We keep giving everybody too much hope for too long. Wins are enjoyable when you can cruise past the 10 minutes in game and soak it up with your teammates. Yes, and less stress on us. Less stress on us, for sure. I agree with you, Wayne. And for our consolidated season next year, why can't we play games first month and give more time for stands? Must be circumstances where this could happen.
There is absolutely.
Yeah.
You can request it. Yeah.
Oh,
you can request it.
He lives in Donegal. Is that right? That's not right. Really? I didn't know. I thought Michael Hillier lived in. I thought he lived in Wrexham. I could be way off, obviously. But no, today was a good day. Sorry, my phone is blown up here. Liam Randers just posted X. The cop will be 55 at first with room extended to 7,000. That's the article there too. Okay. All right. 6-pointer on next week, right? 6-pointer.
People will go nuts if that happens.
What if he starts Jam next week against Birmingham?
Jam didn't do well against them last time.
We didn't do well. They smoked us last time. They looked really good. I think we were intimidated a little bit. We gave them too much.
Yeah.
We gave them too much respect. Not that they don't deserve it, but I think we gave them too much respect, Yeah. Thought about this before we'll run out of here. I can't believe Wickham lost their manager. League One is wild. I think it's great for us. Yep. And Patty,
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. But the rest of the match, he was on the pitch for more than the one goal. It was a lovely shot. It was a lovely strike from distance, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I'll tell you when he did score, because I just had it up here. So it's 3-1. It was 1-1 at halftime, by the way. So he scored in the
9 minutes or something, 8 minutes.
I think we scored first. Oh no,
we did.
3 minutes.
Yeah, there you go. Early, very early.
Yeah, very early.
Yeah, it all went downhill after that.
It's over. It's over. We're done. We ended the game after 4 minutes. They were down to 10 men too. Belichick went down.
But no, the truth is for the second half of the season, now that we know which teams are really fighting for what position, the top teams that are playing against each other, those scores are extremely important. Yes. Even pulling out a draw versus Birmingham is good for us, because that could be 1 point if Birmingham take out every other team around us, know. But if you pull the win out of Birmingham, that is a very important 3 points, because the other teams are very likely not going to do it. So whoever does puts themselves in great position.
I think it's a 6-pointer for sure. It has to be, and also
our matches with the other teams, Huddersfield, Wickham, all of those. Yeah.
100%. JM scored our only goal against Birmingham, says Kelly Davidson. He says, I am from Wrexham, moved to Conago. I don't know. I don't know. What, you know where that is in Ireland?
It's up there, obviously local. There's loads of names like that all over the country.
Cardinal.
That's even a hard one until you hear how the locals pronounce it.
Oh Jesus! See, at least I got it. Cardinal,
I'd say.
Ruth H says, "Take care, rest up, Patty. Good seeing you."
Cardano.
Yeah, Cardano.
Yeah, it depends how the locals pronounce that.
Mm-hmm. Ryan. Who's Ryan? Ryan being
Ryan
there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Yes, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Yes, I can confirm that 100%. Yes. And Nikki D, I hope there's intro Wrexham more professional. Okay, here you go. So there's a meeting tomorrow on the 15th for their meeting. He's talking about them being over for the meeting.
Oh, that was to make decisions and stuff. They were going to maybe wait till the 15th.
Mm-hmm. I wonder. Do you think this, before we let everyone go out of here, do you think they're going to be at the Birmingham City game, or do you think they're not?
There again.
Do you think they'll be at the Birmingham City game?
One of them at least will be at the Birmingham City game. They might both be there. Yeah, I think so. Like if they're coming over on the 15th and they're here with less than a week between the next match and it's Birmingham, I would expect them to stay, but they've got busy lives, so who knows?
Well,
at least one of them will be here representing.
We did push a lot of stuff for the awards and things like that because of the fire. So, things have gotten screwed up. There's evacuations. So I'm wondering what's going to happen here. But yeah, we did push a lot of that stuff. So all that stuff is down. And Ryan lives on the East Coast anyways. Webby says, in my opinion, the Wrexham players were overconfident in the first match. I thought we were. Okay. I think no.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. You guys played well. They played well.
Yeah. If anything, I would maybe say that first early goal gave them potentially too much confidence then.
Yes.
Great start and whatever. But yeah.
Good teams find a way, and they did. Josh, I know you have a lot of play. Please don't forget my predictions as team. I already did my predictions. I did the predictions. I got them in. Patty confirmed it.
Yeah, but notice the little kick on the back. You've been doing very badly lately. Do better.
I got fires. I'm packing back. It's lazy. No excuses. I'm the bad guy.
It's okay. Don't bother. I'm happy to win.
Yeah, you're doing very well. And Patty's been in the hospital. So okay, I'm going to finalize a pour, and then we'll get people out of here. And it's good to see Patty. I'm happy to have him come in. Okay, so best version of Knocking on Heaven's Door: Guns N' Roses 58%, Eric Clapton 13%, Bob Dylan 29%, 45 votes. Which is. Do you have your say? Did you have your vote?
Yeah, Guns N' Roses.
There you go. All right.
My style.
I think GNR. I'm going to get GNR too. 3, 2, 1. It's closed. And then, did anyone know the movie without Googling it that was at the end? What Mel Gibson movie it was? What Mel Gibson movie?
I missed that question completely.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, it was Lethal Weapon 2. There we go. Awesome. Okay, what else? Everyone go like and subscribe. Yes, go like and subscribe. Aaron, are you joining? Is he joining you for Rextra Time on Thursday?
Yes, most likely. He may be joining a little late. Ken's show is up next.
Yes.
And I will be guesting.
You are? When is that?
Yes, tomorrow.
No one's told me this.
Well, it's Ken's show.
Apparently.
And then the boys are going to join me on my show.
Okay, see, there you go. I don't know any of this stuff. No one tells me anything anymore. I don't
the Rextra Time after Shrewsbury.
Yes, that's right. Awesome. Yeah, we got to get back into it. We got to get back into it. All right, awesome. G, what the haps? Patty, welcome back. Good to see you. I'm happy you're doing better, man. Times? Do you have times? He froze. Or did I freeze? There you go. Do you have a time for you? You're the afternoon. 2:15, right?
I was told the time, but I can't particularly remember.
2:15.
I believe it's about 10 p.m. in the evening finish time. If anyone wants to go and have a look. I think that's about right. But yes, speak to Ken and get a thumbnail up because people don't have any clue when it's happening.
Yeah, and I'll get it up. I'll get the thumbnail up for sure.
Yeah.
Aaron, congratulations for the real internet. He said he might be late, but he will be there Thursday beyond. Awesome.
Confirm with him.
Ken will have to
throw a thumbnail up, please, because obviously no one knows.
Okay. See you tomorrow, Michael Hillier. Ken will have to get his people onto your people. Yeah, my people call your people. Will do that thing. All right. So, good news today. Knock, knock, knock. Jack Marriott is going to be back sooner than we expect. Hope maybe we'll be on the bench this week and start scoring goals. So, Patty, good to see you. And on that bombshell, we will see you all soon.